Hello again, friends. Eric Pearson here, continuing the dismantling of this Gecko class ship on HARDSPACE SHIPBREAKER. Last time you saw me remove the more dangerous parts of the ship, such as the nuclear reactor. I also removed the environmental control unit. And so we've done a good job so far of dismantling this ship. So now we're going to see if we can go a little further and see just how much more we can remove here. So I'm going to start by taking this one lower section of the hull, see if I can pull that away. And it looks like this is a really big piece of hull. I can't just tether it. And this is one big solid piece. I don't think I can break it down any further without explosives. And I could do that, but if I'm going to do that, the first thing I got to do is gently remove these fuel tanks. So let's do that now.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So we've got some tanks here. So I'm making use of these holes to remove these tanks. It's not exactly perfect, but I'm almost reminded of the shape matching toys that they sell for little children.
Account credit applied.
All right, have we got any more fuel tanks in here? Because if not, the next thing I can do is start cutting this into smaller pieces with explosives. And we still have that one tether in place. Alright, so let's see what we can do to cut this into smaller pieces. So let's break out our demo charge and let's plant one, say, here. See if I can activate this. Let's just do one at a time now. Okay, we cut that loose there. Yeah, it's starting to drift a little bit. Oh, I missed a fuel tank. That could have been ugly. Thankfully it wasn't. Alright, let's get you down out of the way here. Alright. Now let's see. Can we drag... Can I use a tether to drag this section away now? Let's find out. Nah, still not really working loose. But these tethers do have a lifetime, so I don't want to cancel the tether. Let's see instead if I can do another cut with a demolition charge. Like here. And another one here. Let's see if that does any good. It may not. Let's find out.
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
Uh-oh. Well, I succeeded in breaking it free, but it's floating free. That's good. But we're going to have to get that out of the gravity well of the furnace. So I'm going to have to break out a whole bunch of tethers to drag it up to the jack here. That's right. Just like this. Okay, it's starting to move slowly. But you can see I've done a good job of stripping this down to the internal crew compartment. Okay, I'm going to cancel these and start dragging it over this way. And I've got to work quickly because the more tethers I can stack, the easier it is for me to move this over where I want it to. Okay, it's moving along pretty good here, so while I'm doing that, maybe what I'll do is I'll spend a few tethers trying to pull this away, but let me see how we're doing here. It's moving slowly. Okay. While I'm waiting for that to get into place, I'm going to start pulling out these smaller coolant tanks. Uh-oh. Freezing damage. Ow. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't handle coolant tanks right. All I did was pull it out and it started leaking. That's not good at all. Maybe the explosion of the one compromised the others. Okay, I got lucky there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
How are we doing over here? Okay, good. We've got these tethered in place. Now, maybe we can use some demo charges to cut this loose into smaller pieces. Maybe. Let's find out. Yeah, that's a little better. Because cutting into smaller pieces will make it easier to go into the processor. Yep. Okay, and let's spend our last 3 tethers doing this here.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
And I fully understand that some of what you're seeing here may not be particularly elegant or clever, but it's getting the job done for the most part, and that's really what matters.
Welcome to Venditron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase.
Okay, so that one outer section of hull is slowly making its way to the processor. That's good. Let's see what we can do for this front section here. Yeah, we've got a couple more coolant tanks.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so 2 more tanks here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Ooh, this one's leaking.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, now, next thing I want to try for is I want to use some demo charges and cut this one forward section of hull
Deposit
in
not
2.
accepted.
Now let's see if I can do this. There we go.
Credits deposited.
Cleaved it in 2. So let's pull this to the processor and pull this to the processor. And let's add another tether here just to neatly pull things away as best as we can. Okay, and one more tether here just to move things along. Now, if I wanted to, I could go through and methodically pull apart every computer terminal, every piece of furniture, etc., etc. But like I said, I know you know how to do that, so I'm not going to waste your time doing this. Again, general strategy where this is concerned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I've dismantled everything on the inside, and we're just going to focus on the big picture of breaking this thing up. Whoops. And I pushed it all the way to the back. And that's the one curious thing about this game, is that these explosives just, they can be used not just for cutting things, but you can also give things a push. Maybe the moral of the story is to actually cut these sections loose before trying that. So, lesson learned. I'm going to see what I can do here.
Credits awarded.
Let's see if I can cut this section loose. Alright. Now, let's see. Have I cut this section loose enough that I can tether it? Let's find out. Okay, tethers still have a bit of a lifetime, so I can make a few more cuts and see if I can free this. Yeah. We're not fully... There we go. Now it's going. Alright, so it's headed toward the gravity well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep cutting this into smaller pieces. Because I know if I try to feed too big a chunk of ship to the furnace, it can get stuck. And that's never good. Okay, so have I cut enough of this free? I know I'm getting dangerously close to the furnace, so I have to be very careful here. Okay. Let's cut this loose. Okay. I may be able to pull away another section and feed it to the furnace now. Let's do that. Let's try that. Will that work? No, apparently not. I've got to cut a little more. Where do I need to cut? There we go. How about that? That's better. Sometimes it's these little pieces that you miss that can trip you up. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep moving.
Deposit accepted.
Okay, let's see if I've cut away enough. I may or may not have. No, I'm... trying to aim just right. Okay, let's try again. Yep, there it is. There's another piece.
Deposit accepted.
Just trying to cut away as much as I can here.
Material deposited.
Alright, let's see if I can grapple that one section and pull it away. Still not coming, still not pulling away. Alright, let's try again. Still not quite, but we may be able to use some tethers and just pull all of this in. Maybe. And maybe to speed things along, maybe I'll use some more demo charges. Like so. Yeah, I know, I'm not salvaging computer terminals. Just keep cutting pieces as best as I can to try to chop this into smaller pieces.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Well, I may not be cutting into smaller pieces, but I am slowly vaulting it toward the furnace, which is ultimately what I want here. So we might as well make use of what we've got. So use some tethers and...
Deposit accepted.
So it's slowly starting to get into the right angle. fact, for fun, let's see if we can give it a push like this. Two tethers left. Let's see if we can put those to work. Alright, while we're waiting to see what that does, let's now get some more tethers and maybe some more demo charges and see what we can do here.
Material deposited.
Well, I think it's starting to accept it.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Looks like it's starting to go in.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Yeah, it's going in. So, yes, by using a combination of tethers and some explosives to push this the right way, we're able to send this whole thing into the furnace. And I know, not pretty, but it gets the job done. Okay, that's it. Let's go back to the HAB suite and see how much we've earned. Okay, that's a pretty good payoff. So, over 9 million credits, and about 500,000 credits go to our daily bills. So we're still easily clearing 9 million credits worth of profit. So I'd call that a good day's work. So, thank you very much for watching, and join me next time for more gaming demonstrations. Eric Pearson, signing off.